Fine.
And then next semester, you're going to get something for spin. You can keep it with you at all times during spin. You get a question.
Both humanities and social sciences and basic sciences. And every time we're scheduling, if I don't know the answer, highly applicable to spin, because at spin, there is a large number of So one of the associates was asking about the test and wanted me to quiz them and everything, so I asked him, what's the one apparel that associates can wear? And they said the bar shirt. Or they didn't say the bar shirt, they said the paper polo, and I just kind of looked at them, how can you wear a paper polo in public? And then I told them it was the bar shirt.
I read on a test that under the student health services, what are the free ones and which ones are not for free? Under the free services, it says, it's for free, and I really don't do the thing really well. I kind of sound Japanese, so I can't do it well in this either.
Someone was giving a presentation on tips for presenting, and one of the tips was when someone asked like a stupid question, no, there aren't any stupid questions, but if someone asked something like that, that you're supposed to say, oh, thank you for your question, that's such a good question. Everyone, I'm sure, is wondering the same thing. Well, later that day in the training day, someone raised their hand and had a question, and I'm like, oh, that's such a good question, and everyone's like, haha, no, it's not. Like, they're all like cracking up laughing. I'm like, no, really, it's a good question.
I would tell myself to go talk to as many different associates as possible, because this is really the time where you're going to get to know the associates, and then also go and meet the training team, because when I was an associate, I stuck with the same people and didn't branch out enough, and I had to branch out later, and it was a lot harder than when you're all stuck together training.
Well, whenever I was sitting at overnight, my associate year in 2008, I remember sitting there, and I don't know anyone in the associate class except for one person, and they start talking about committees, and I'm like, what is a committee? What am I doing here? I thought I applied to be an orientation leader. I don't know what this is. And so my biggest advice is just to apply for different things, because I didn't even fully know like what ambassadors meant to me or to my life until I worked FAB and TRO and POL and been on council.
My advice to my associate self would be to start early, get involved with with as early as you can, because you can do everything now. Just do as much as you can now, because work the candlelight ceremony. That was the first thing that I worked with my little with my jacket on, just with the jacket. It was fun, like, do it. It was awesome. I got to meet people and I got to see Santa, you know, I love him. But it was cool. Definitely do that first.
Knowing that your associate class is going to be the future council members, the future SHRO teams, and the future presentation leaders, and knowing that I'm not going to be around to see them become these leaders of tomorrow.
It was my costume contest. Me and my big buddy, Chris Julius, that was my big buddy. We were salt and pepper, and not like the salt and pepper from this year. They had like the cute little thing on their head. We were the tall T's and the big black S and big black P. It was terrible. I looked like an absolute moron up there, getting up there to do the buddy perda and everything, and I looked like an idiot. It was terribly embarrassing.
My favorite part about training so far was definitely door jams. It was beneficial definitely, but it was also really entertaining.
I liked overnight training the best, just like getting to meet everyone.
Probably just like any different kind of orientation. That was probably my favorite part about like getting to come into LSU was, you know, going through orientation and like getting to see everything and meet other people in my major, and so like I would hope to give other students the same experience.
I'm really looking forward to working SPIN, hopefully FAP. I really want to help incoming students become acclimated to LSU, and hopefully they can see my passion for this university.
Other than my buddy Millie, obviously, I would have to say Gabby Fabre. She's absolutely hilarious, and she seems like she's a really cool person.
The most. Christina Grisham, because she seems really sweet.
I would really like to get to know Robert Bostic. He brings a lot of enthusiasm, I feel, to the ambassadors, and you can definitely tell he's really passionate about everything he does.
Let's see. I want to get to know Ricky Richard, because I like to fish also.
And I would like to know, Katie Hung, if you can accurately mimic Yoshi, that's awesome.